What up, folks? Welcome back to Ultrazilla Toys, and today I have a review of the Kitzconcept Robotech 172 scale VF-1S. Alright, my zillions, I recently had a hankering to get in the Robotech game here, and yes, guys, before we continue, it is absolutely 100% Robotech to me. Oh, I know it's controversial, but I don't care about Harmony Gold. I don't care about MACROSS. Blasphemy, I know. Apologies. Because all that matters to me is my own nostalgia. And I know Robotech as the lead-in show to Vehicle Voltron on Sunday mornings here in NYC. That's what I used to, or it could have been the other way around, honestly. But they were the Sunday morning 1-2 punch from me as a kid, and I never really got into Robotech otherwise. Like, I never really did. Honestly, at the time, I even found it a little boring compared to Vehicle Voltron. For whatever reason. But then as I got a little older, into my teen years, definitely watched some older stuff along with my pal Mike Monge, who's definitely a much bigger fan than I was. It was cool. It was robots, and I really, I don't care about the whole deal, you know? Is that a problem for you big fans? Sure, it's going to be a problem. But I can't help it. That's who I am. That's what I like. I don't feel necessary to go back and revisit either Robotech or, get into Macross. I just like what I like, you know what I'm saying? And what I like, I've always liked this particular robot. It's the color scheme. It's the skull and crossbones on him. It was always really, really, really cool to me. And a few years back, my sister got me this little toy Nami one. Here's nice comparisons between the two. She got me this little guy for Christmas, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. You know, it wasn't so hot. And I just put it on my shelf because I still want the representation of this thing. And that also just goes all the way back to G1 Transformers, even though I think that's the VF-1J that got transferred into Jetfire. Neither here nor there. But, I just wanted to upgrade this recently, and I was like, man, I forgot that this was coming out. I looked on BBTS, it was there, and I had just sold a couple things. I was like, I'm buying this guy. So there you go. There's my convoluted, road to acquiring the Kitzconcept. But I did have this guy on pre-order a while back, and I ended up canceling it because I was like, I don't really know Kitzconcept as a company. I know they did a bunch of SD stuff, but I just didn't have any knowledge of them, never watched any reviews, didn't know anything about them. So it was a hard sell, so I was just like, I'm going to cancel it for now, check out some reviews. And then, nobody that I normally follow was reviewing this guy. I did look up one review, and it was pretty favorable, though there was, some things that, I was like, on, but, again, had some money, had a need, a want, and here he is. So let's take him off the stand and get a closer look. Let's start out by taking a look at his accessories. In package, this Veritech fighter comes with these articulated hands. They're very, very tiny and very ugly. Very skeletal. You do have articulation, like I said. You have a little ball joint at the thumb and hinge at the trigger finger, and then another hinge for the rest of the fingers, and then this would be articulated. It's just a straight peg that goes on there, which is interesting because the rest of the hands are ball jointed. I really don't like these things. Too spindly, and I feel like they're gonna break. So I took them off as soon as I could and put them back in package, which is what I'm gonna do now. His other hands are very nice though. There's a nice wash on them, and they're very kind of fat and anime accurate ish. I like him like nice gray between the fingers there and joints. Looks really good. This is more of a like chopping hand. You got a couple of fist hands. And you got like a kind of jazz hand. And then he's got like a holding hand to help hold up his rifle there, and a trigger finger hand. So that all works very, very nicely. We'll go right into his rifle. I don't know what this is called, what it was called before. It's got U and spacey on one side, upside down, and right side up on the other side. A little warning thing on there. You get back. You're stealing the spotlight. I think it's pretty nicely done. It's got like a pearlescent, like gunmetal, brownish, finish to it. The sculpt is nice. It has this strap. The front part of the strap keeps coming out on me. Yeah, it's good now, but it definitely comes out. This collapses in and out, reveals a nice little part in there. I do like that. It looks pretty cool. It does have a light up gimmick. They do come, this set comes with some LR44 batteries. And there you go. Pretty good. Very nice light. It lights up there and up here. So that's pretty nice. Nice light there. So very cool. It's not the only light up gimmick this figure comes with. I will take a look at the other one later on. But that is pretty awesome. I think the gun is pretty well done. For the actual fighter, Veritech fighter mode, he does come with some missiles. It does come with some missiles. She. There's a little orange at the front and a little black at the ends. The rest is white. The sculpt is okay. It's nothing to write home about, but these were never, like, even on this dude, his missiles are very plain. Even on this dude, that dude, of course, would be more plain. But that's what these look like. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just there. Now, the other things this comes with, and these are specifically for the Battloid mode here, which I believe is just a Robotech reference. I could be wrong. He's got coverings for these parts here. You can take one off here. Check it out. That's what it looks like underneath. That's pretty cool. I do dig that. It makes it look more full there. I'm speaking of full. Oh, this is a problem. I'm having a real big problem with this arm. Well, I needed that to come off though, actually, because I want to show you. This part in here is a placement piece, and you just kind of slide it in. You get another one for the other side. This one is loose on this side, so maybe we could show you a little better. Oh, then we'll just pull this up. Take this, and you would slide it in here, slide it back, and then slide this down. That's two. You get the shield, blast shield here, which is very odd because it's kind of, you just kind of jam it in. Yeah, not so hot there, and I don't I can't really get it to like really like fit like perfectly well. Definitely got to fiddle with that more, but it is nice. It's the same, material and feel and look as the gun. I wish the skull and crossbones was done once more over in white. That would have been good. But yeah, mostly I don't like how it fits in, but it hangs in there pretty good. I just got to get it to, fiddle with it and get it to stay further up. That would be good. And the last thing is another piece that you get to put on the back of his neck. You fill this part in here. So just a lot of filler parts, which is good. And to mention this, if you look at this joint, and I think the other joint has it as well. I could see it's not filed down perfectly. But I'm not having a problem where on this side where it pops out. This side, as soon as it touches one of these little lips, it pops out. So that's a little bit of a problem. It's a lot of bit of a problem. See? Pops right out. It stays in. It's nice and tight when it's in, but you know, you move it a little too high up, and I could see it going up against, ooh, how about I show you? Going up against the edges of the inside there. And I mean, it could be from the bottom that it's doing it. There might be a little bit too much plastic there. So I might have to file that down just a bit. You know, those little nubs in there, and then that'll work a little bit better, I think. But that's all his accessories, you know. Well, that's not true. There's one more. Well, besides the batteries. He comes with this green, like bright, translucent green. And I think this was not supposed to be green originally. Stand here. And you got the little symbol over here, which is cool. This kind of opens and closes. And I believe it's mostly for Veritech fighter mode. I haven't been able to figure out like him on this like that because it'll just fall over. But it's an interesting design, definitely unique. It has an arm, you know, like a ratcheted, soft ratcheted arm. Definitely a unique look. We'll take a look at it a little more when we transform it up. Taking a look at the VF-1S further, this is a really nice looking piece, and you know, most of the reason why I wanted it, it's just gorgeous looking. I mean, if you want to start simply by the hands, because we didn't see these before, that's the holding hand, this is the trigger hand. They do go in rather tight into these pegs here, which is odd. Well, it's a little loose on this side, but this one is much tighter. Really nice. I love the subtle but there gray panel lining throughout this figure. It is perfect, and something it just makes this just feel like so much better than this little thing. And I know there's like higher quality, better MACROSS versions of things. You know, Bandai does stuff, Arcadia. I know. I got eyes, guys. I just don't have the wallet for it. And like I've said, my fandom, you know, is based on Robotech and when I was a kid. So I needed something that felt high-end, that wasn't going to break the bank for me. I felt like this, at the $100 price point, was pretty much where I wanted to go, you know? So, yeah. The look does it for me. I love the yellow and the black, how it goes in and out right there. And you got it on the shoulder pieces here. Got it on the back pieces there. You got a little bit of a different yellow back here. More of a like richer, more orangey yellow. It's not perfectly painted in there, but it's not terrible either. You got a lot of nice detail work here, a lot of good sculpting. You got little warning things, cautions, you know, in red and yellow. Very, very nicely done. We saw the skull and crossbones already. You know, this little grill here looks good. Really, really nice. Then going down his arms, I really do dig the shape of him. Of course, his head looks great. I do have a little bit of looks like an, I wanted to say it was a scuff, but it's like looks like an errant little paint mark right there. I'm going to try to get that out with some alcohol at some point. But yeah, that's there. You know, it looks like the same type of like gray on him. I like his eyes. His visor is a nice metallic green. Really well done. You got the red dot there, a little black on the sides. The antenna do look pretty decently. You know, I feel like this one is closed a little bit too much, but it's fine. Do like the shape of him. His head shape is always something I really liked. I keep saying his, you know, I'll say it's. Moving to the back, you see, you know, his backpack. I think it's pretty good. I really like it. Folds up nicely. Everything here looks good. We'll look at the stuff more in the Veritech fighter mode, but I mean, you can see it very well there. Lots of great detail. The yellow here, the jets there. Very, very nicely done. Going down to his legs, lots of caution symbols and stuff. You know, also red in there on his arm. Very, very cool. The danger signs up there. You know, looking good going down his legs. You got blue on one side, metallic red, metallic blues. You got the blues again and reds on this side and that side. You know, if you look past, it's pretty good. I mean, and I love the filler parts because it does make it feel more full on the sides. That looks good. Good call there to do that. You got the UN Spacey again on the sides. The VF-1S designation. You got 100 there. Nice work, nice detail. Looks really good. The yellow in here and there. This yellow is closer to that yellow up there. The sculpt is really nice, and then the feet are the same color as this, but these are die-cast. I've been looking, and I feel like that might be the only spots of die-cast on this, unfortunately. I don't feel cold anywhere else. You know, in another review I saw, that review I was talking about earlier, mentioned that the legs were, but I don't feel that. Like, I only feel, I mean, this is clearly die-cast. At least right now, I don't feel nothing else. And I could be wrong about that. This could be die-cast. I don't think it is. It just feels that at the feet is die-cast. But there you go. That is the look of this guy in a nutshell. And if you take a look at him standing up here, and I see, gotta fold his leg out a little bit. He's standing a little weird because the way this is articulating. There we go. It's really shaped well. The proportions just look really good. These Veritech fighters have always had some very, very odd proportions to me, but I feel like this captures it very, very nicely. It just has a nice silhouette. Again, the filling out part with the little extra pieces just goes a long way for me. Just looks very, very nicely done. Really quick addendum to this part, guys. This piece here, I didn't have it in the right slot. No wonder it wasn't going right, but figured it out. Now it's nice and smooth. So there you have it. Looks really great. For articulation, he's got a neck joint. It looks like a ball joint, and then his head is on what I'm gonna guess is another ball joint. It can move forward, go side to side. This does lift up on a little hinge, so you get some more movement if you want to look straight down, basically. So that's cool. The shoulders, we already saw how this one is not, you know, working out for me. They are ball jointed, and there is a hinge in there that moves them outwards. It's not like a ton of range, and generally they are pretty tight, so there's that. You get a bicep swivel, you have a double jointed elbow, which works nicely. You got ball jointed wrists for some swivel, mostly a little bit of side to side, but not a ton. Nothing in the waist, of course. You do also have ball jointed hips, so it can move them around like this. You're only getting about that much. And outwards, you're not really, you know, forwards, you're not really getting, he broke his leg, too much because of the wings. If you move the wings out of the way, you will be able to high kick all the way up, but, you know, generally, no. There is a joint back here, which is interesting. It helps with some kicking, so you could do that. And then you have a knee joint, like so. It does have a little bit of a drop down. I don't know if this is for the other. Oh, it's already down. So you can see that. But it doesn't really give you too much range of motion otherwise. The feet don't do much. They do open and close. No ankle rocker or anything. That would have been nice. These also drop down, assuming for other modes. And that's it. That is, there's his arm. So gotta fix that. But otherwise, yeah, it works. You know, for this type of figure, it works. I wish there was a little bit more. You know, ankle rocker really would have helped this guy out a lot. That's probably my biggest gripe. This, you can't really do too much, and at least they give you that joint on the inside that actually works pretty well. One last point of articulation, the ears do move. I mean, other things move, but, you know, I felt like mentioning that one. Let's do some size comparisons. Here he is with Studio Series Bone Crusher, NECA Power Arm Terminator, SH Monster Arts Gamma 3, Mezco Punisher, the Soul of Chogo King Grandizer, and his pal the Polar Bear. But of course, the VF-1S does have two other modes, so let's get transforming. Alright, and here this thing is in Gerwalk mode or Guardian mode, whatever you want to call it. I do like Gerwalk mode, I always have. This part, I feel like it should be doing something else, but oh, and this came apart here. I've never been a fan of the mode itself. You know, it just, to me, just looks silly. It's a plane with arms and, like, just transform all the way. So, yeah, not the biggest fan, and I don't know if this is just too heavy in the front. This definitely needs a stand in this mode. I don't know if this particular stand is, you know, I guess. I don't know. There's really no directions for the stand itself, so I mean, you can do something like that, but it definitely has a hard time standing on its own, and I just think it looks silly. So I'm not gonna go crazy about it, and plus with the craziness of this arm, it just doesn't like this mode at all. These parts here keep coming untabbed also, and there goes the arm flying out. Yeah, I definitely gonna have to do something about that, like maybe send it back. I don't know yet. I did, you know, like, if you guys never seen my, if you're new to my channel and you've never seen my Transformers reviews, I do all my transformations like that, you know. I'm not a how-to, so, and definitely not here. So, little things that you see here that we really didn't see before. We see the cockpit now, which is pretty cool. You see Roy in there. He's got a little purple outfit. You know, it's just a little figurine in there. And another thing I did in transformation, you know, little bit of a cheat. I just took the head off. It is on a peg joint. I know I said earlier it might have been a ball joint. It's a peg. So I took that out and made it so much easier to just take it out, flip the little peg around, and then put the head back. Yeah, you know, because that comes out, you know, pretty easily. It doesn't fall out, but I mean, the way I have it now it's gonna fall out. So if you want to just take that off for now, yeah, this looks pretty cool. There is a light up gimmick that I can show you. We could probably take these off too, actually. These probably needed to come off for the look. But the look is okay, I guess. I don't have anything, you know, good or bad to say. Do I need to? I'm not going to put this on right now. Let's get the gimmick over right now before we transform it into the Veritech fighter. Oh, yeah. Pull that out. Pull out the whole nose cone, which will reveal some more, you know, painted molded detail for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it is there. You will put your batteries in here, and then there's a little switch you turn on in there, and the cockpit lights up, which is cool, as well as the little lights in there. Let's see if I can get a little darker here. You can see this better. The gun you saw a lot better before, but there we go. So you see the cockpit lights up, and you see the little gun holes light up in red. It's pretty cool. One thing that's interesting is the directions have, it says 3 batteries, but as soon as you put 2 batteries in, it works. I don't know, maybe it lights up better, harder. I didn't try it. I just left it as so, and it looks fine in my opinion. So, you know, might as well just keep that in reserve. Ugh. I wish they thought of a better way to do that. I don't mind the batteries being in there, but like how, you know, the little on-off button should be elsewhere. Anywho, I don't really care for this mode, to tell you the truth. It doesn't do anything for me. Never has. I think it's silly, and he doesn't quite stand well here. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, and he's coming on clipped. So let's just, you know what? I'll give you one size comparison here. Here he is, or 2. With Bone Crusher. Now Bone Crusher doesn't want to stand. There you go. And we'll bring in this dude here, who I am not transforming right now. So you could just see, you know, the Kitzconcept is still taller than the Toynami. Let's get this out of here. Let's get this into Veritech mode. All right, before we do Veritech Fighter mode, which is in the background there, I feel silly. These are for perfect transformation. I realized that as I was doing it, I found the little tabs where these would go in here, like on the other side. You put them in the hand. So there you go. I could have refilmed this part and been smart, but I'm not. So I wanted you to know that because I'm not perfect, and it doesn't say anywhere in the directions about that. So there you go. That's what this is for. Perfect transformations. They are horrible. You don't have to use them. Yeah, don't be a perfect transformation. It just looks bad. Okay, apparently we're doing a accessory section redux. So these missiles absolutely won't fit on into these little holes without any sort of massive force Probably need to heat them up a lot. I won't be doing that because I just don't care. But none of them fit in here at all. And I thought you should know that before we continue. So just in case you thought I, forgot or something. No, I didn't forget. I just can't get them in there at all. So yeah, not good. Hey, let's actually start talking about this thing because it is rather nice in this mode. It looks very, very cool if it wants to stay together, but I feel like that's a lot of these things. I don't know. What am I talking about? I've only had the one. That's not so great. Like the shoulder did give me a little bit of trouble getting in transformation, but it wasn't so bad, and it stays in pretty well in this mode. So that is pretty cool. Yeah, it looks nice. It's just a matter of everything staying tabbed together and in the right spot. It's like this is not corresponding to the right spot right now. I could see that. So it's a matter of aligning, getting it done right. Oh, see, and then that one came out. But there we go. When together, that's a beautiful Veritech fighter. Again, you see Roy in there. The canopy does open, and you can take him out. His seat is green, which is pretty cool. It's a nice detail in there. You see the red and stuff around all the little buttons and stuff. Oh boy, he is tiny. Little pilot Roy. They did the striping on the side. That's cool. I mean, for something so tiny, that's pretty impressive. As we saw, it does light up, so that's in here. And all the details just look really nice in this mode. Part of me wants to take off the head in this mode, just to give it a more clean look. But, I do understand, these serve as little guns. So there's that. I didn't feel myself taking out the landing gear because it was a huge pain in the butt to do. I used tweezers, and it was still not easy. The doors don't want to cooperate with you. I did get a little scratch there, and then scratch, I believe, on this door. Yeah, right. Ooh, big scratch right there. See that? Not great. So, but the wheels do look good, and they actually move. So that's pretty impressive, and they look good, silver and stuff. So very nice there. I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, though, do be careful with these doors. They don't want to cooperate. They don't open up like you would think. So you got to figure out the right way for it to open up. So that's a little bit problematic. But otherwise, it looks pretty good. Like the back part here looks very nicely done. The skull and crossbones on the tail fins look great. And the wings look really nice. Again, very nice detailing work. Very nice attention to detail. And all the little panel lines in gray just look great. All the tampo looks nice. Really well put down. The colors are really cool. With the little splashes of colors just really make it so it does look very nice. You and spacey on the side in this mode. Way better than Gerwalk mode. Gerwalk mode is the complete loser of this. But this looks really nice. Now, we'll bring in the stand here. And, oh, hey, we're missing something here. We are missing the gun, so I don't know how we're going to be able to get it in. But this part, it comes out of the hand part, which I don't know where it went. It's here somewhere. And then this, I'll be able to get it in. See, there's these two little latches. You want it to put that in between there. And then, unfortunately, the switch to light it up is on the other side. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But that looks really cool on there as well. So that is nicely done. And guess this would go something like this. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm not guessing right. Oh yeah. No. Well, I don't think so. How does this go? Is it like launching like this? No, that won't hold it. There is absolutely no directions for this. So give me a second. Let me figure this out off camera and we'll get back to it. Alrighty, and that's pretty cool once you figure it out. It's all about the gun, and I thought so. So this part has to go in through here, and then you stick that one there. I definitely found that you really need to open this up. Maybe not, but now that it's in. But for me to get it in there, I needed to open it up. And it does sit there fine, because then this part here goes underneath, right on the back of his head. I did light this up. Let me see if I could get some more. As the gun is lit up under there. Just to show you like so. It looks pretty cool, and I didn't put these down, so bear with me there. I probably shouldn't do, yeah, the door's not open, so I won't be doing that. But it looks awesome on the stand, I gotta say. I don't know why the stand is green. I wish it wasn't. But otherwise, maybe it was cheaper plastic. I don't know. But otherwise, I think it looks pretty neat like this. It definitely works if you can balance it right. So that is not bad looking at all. Dare I say, I might like this more than anything. It just, and I'm not like a alt mode type of guy. If you follow me for my Transformers, I doubt it. But, you know, if you've seen my Transformers reviews, I'm just not an alt mode type of guy. But this really, really works in alt mode. It looks awesome as the Veritech fighter, no doubt. And it looks really cool on the stand, if the stand wasn't green. But all in all, I think it's rather nice. And here is a little size comparison for you. This is the MB01 Optimus Prime. And, of course, little G1 Bumblebee. So there you have it. And surprisingly enough, I decided to do final thoughts still in this mode. I usually transform my stuff back, but I like this so much I want to take some pics of it like this before I do so, and maybe explore where I could possibly put this in this mode on my shelf. So that's something, because I don't have anything like this on my shelves. That I might do before getting it back into the Battleoid mode. So, you know, I might as well. I did close the landing gear, and I shut off the light, so just to show you what it looks like in flight there. Pretty cool. I do really, really like this mode, and if you want to see the wings totally spread out. It looks awesome. It really does. I just have nothing but nice things to say about it. You know, once it's together, it does stay together decently. It was just, you know, tabbing it initially wasn't so hot. But I really do like it in this mode. Gerwalk Guardian mode, not good at all. It doesn't stand well. I think you could probably spread the legs out, you know, from that Gerwalk joint a little more and get it to stand a little bit. But I don't like that mode anyway, and to me it's the loser of all of these modes. It just doesn't look good. But the Battleoid mode does look good. The legs are a little loosey-goosey, and I wish there was a little more die-cast content in this. But all in all, you know, I think it works really well. The look is beautiful. It looks so good. So I am very happy with my purchase here. I am, you know, except the shoulder. The shoulder is pretty not good. I almost forgot about the shoulder because I'm just really liking it in this mode right now. But that shoulder is a huge problem. So yeah, you know, it does have issues. But for me personally, I do overall dig it, and I realize I never turned my other light back on. But that's fine, it looks good. But let's see how this looks. Oh, it's very, you know what? This looks good. And there you go. So that is my review. Hope you dug it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts on this. Feel free to call me a heathen for, you know, not caring about the whole Harmony Gold Robotech MACROSS saga in and of itself. I don't. I am happy with this. It's a good piece, and yeah, that's all that matters to me. Alright, so please like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.